We back.
Hi.
Hi, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, so I think we're kind of gonna push the boundary a bit today and talk about something that is a little bit different because it's not something I'm really used to or have much knowledge about. But let's see how it goes, and if you like it, comment, share, like, share, comment, share, etc. But yeah, I'm Chris.
And that's as usually me, Alexandra.
Cool. Now that we got that out the way,
Nothing changed.
nothing changed. We're still the
So
same
far.
OGs. Yeah.
But what if one of us has identity crisis?
Oh, I thought. Oh, that changes everything.
Mm.
Identity crisis. Whoa. Is that like? Are we talking like inferiority complex identity crisis, or like identity crisis, like lost yourself in translation in the world?
More lost in translation. At
Mm.
least yeah, that's what I meant when I asked you.
Okay.
So,
I can't really think of anyone like as an example, so I'll just.
how about you?
I'll speak for myself. Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say. So, identity crisis.
Never occurred?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it has actually in my life. I like to think I'm still learning more about myself every day and finding my true nature, finding my true self. Although it's not something I should really find because it's always there. But I mean, for a lot of the time in my youth, I was more didn't know who I was. You know, I was looking outside for everything, like everything that I thought was life. I was looking outside of myself for, and
When started your journey to inside?
I actually don't know. It just kind of happened. Like I don't even know when was the pivotal point. It was just. It was a transition, but a slow transition. It took some time, but you know I had to figure a lot of things out. And important thing was unlearning everything, because everything I learned was from outside knowledge, and I had to unlearn everything because I realized everything was causing me to think in the sense of everything I need is outside of myself. But now I realize that I have everything I need within myself.
Bad habits.
Well,
Kind of.
no,
I mean,
good ones too, but everything is within, and I think that's what helped me to find more of my identity, was realizing that I already have everything I need within me, you know,
Okay, so what's inside?
a lot and a little, maybe nothing, who knows. All I know is how I feel right now, and I feel okay, I feel good.
So
Trying
who
not to
are you,
overthink it.
Chris?
I'm just a chilled out entertainer.
Okay. But it's an easy way out of this question, isn't
I know,
it?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay, I will not push.
that's
Or maybe
okay.
a bit. Okay.
We
One
still
more-
got a few more minutes, so I'm still gonna. I'm just letting you speak for a bit, and then I might jump back in with like some more deeper stuff. But we'll see.
Okay, so now it's my turn, huh?
Yep.
I was trying to avoid that, to be honest, but
It's not a one-man show.
it could be. I mean, in case a mic breakdown or something.
No, it takes two to tango.
Okay, so well, I mean, identity is such a broad subject that we could talk actually about anything. But I think I already had like my biggest so far, obviously, crisis, and it was quarter life crisis. But it came a bit earlier than my quarter life, so it wasn't like 1 year ago. It was when I was around 21, and I started to think about all the decisions I made so far, and I was really like doubting whatever I did. Well, I mean, it's not nothing spectacular because, well, I think middle life crisis is more spectacular. I think when you buy a new cabrio and you try to hook up with younger people, but quarter life crisis is not really spectacular. So I was just doubting myself and all my decisions. But I mean that's not only what I wanted to talk about, I guess. I mean also like identity as how we feel and who we think we are. Well, I mean, not to go too deep, but even as the nationality and all that stuff, like whether we actually identify with our nation and our country and our little, cultures that like our little circles that keep on narrowing down. So I think that I have quite a strong sense of identity as to being part of some groups, like, that I'm quite patriotic, even though I criticize my country. I love it, yeah. It's it, I guess. So I feel Polish, but at the same time I feel also, I don't feel limited by my country, so I feel European. On the other hand, I go even like narrower, so I feel Silesian, and so on and so on. So it's like so many things are the different factors around identity that like we can keep on talking and talking. But I have a question.
The question.
I know that's an easy one. Remember when we talked about TIA?
Yes.
So how about your African identity? Does it exist as a like continental thing? Like, do you think that you are part of it or not?
I actually, to be really honest with you, I don't really. I've had a lot of external influences because I used to watch a lot of like American TV and stuff like that. So, and also when it comes to my native language, which is Tswana, when I was younger, I was able to speak it. I was able to speak it basically. From the age of like when I learned to speak till I was about 7, 8, maybe 6, 7, 8. And then I lost track of it because I was going to a lot of English schools, and I was only going to English schools growing up. So I lost track of how to speak my mother tongue. I can still hear like what some of the words mean, a lot of the words, but for me to speak back is very difficult. Like to find the words to say back is very difficult for me. So I feel like I've lost my African identity in that regard. But I still feel African. I'm still proud of my country, I support it 100%. I know it's not the most user-friendly country, but it's all good, we have our idiosyncrasies which people like, and that's how I feel about my national identity.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think that there is like continental African, not like South African identity? That's kind of obvious that there must be one, but like I don't know how it works. We have kind of European thing, like EU, Europe, etc. But is there like continental African that yes, I'm from Africa, but not South Africa, but continental?
There is, but not exactly in Africa, more like abroad.
Okay.
When I'm like, if I'm in Europe and I see another African, then it's like we look at each other, we like nod at each other, like, sup, bro? Like we always give that acknowledgement, like yes, another brother in the building, like raise your fist in the air, kind of thing,
Okay.
like it's cool. And it's actually just to, I was at a party on Saturday, and there were some guys from, I don't know where they were from, but they were black. And then I walked past the one guy and he looked at me and he literally grabbed me and he shook my hand. He was like, "How you doing, man?" I'm like, good, yeah, how you doing? And we spoke like we knew each other all our lives, but we literally didn't even know each other.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I hope it won't sound anyhow racist, but isn't more like a black identity here? Because they could have been from, I don't know, USA, for example.
Yeah, but no, his accent sounded quite African.
Okay.
I don't know which part of Africa, maybe Tanzania, maybe Congo, maybe, I don't know.
I see.
But
okay.
he was pretty African.
Okay.
So, that's the identity we have, like, in the sense of, it's like camaraderie, like, if you're in a place where there's very few black people, and you see another black person, it's like, so, like, you don't even need to say anything. Just that eye contact alone says it all. Like, yeah, you know what it is. It's good.
Macedonia is super white, like.
Yeah. But let's not go that direction. But the point is that with identity we even like from what I've seen in movies and stuff, and from people I've met, like some of them African Americans, they say like they consider Africa as their like motherland or something like that. I don't discriminate or judge or anything, which is cool. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, but it's cool, like as long as if you're gonna support Africa, I support you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but that's
I'm laughing a bit
sense.
because it brings up like Trevor Noah. with his with his stand-up, also about when he went to USA and he met all those bros, right? I mean, and they were like, "What's up in Africa?" and we support you, but like they have never been there. I mean, they kind of feel connected, but he was laughing a bit at it because I mean, it's nice in a way, but on the other hand, I mean, like how like you have no idea what's our culture because you just kind of associate it with your culture, but you're cut out of it in a way. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't understand it fully, but it brought it up somehow in my mind. So
yeah. I mean, it's cool, you know.
Yeah, why not? But
yeah, I mean, like just to go back to the main theme of identity. I was actually thinking because I mentioned earlier that I was gonna say something else, and yeah, what I was gonna say was basically like people shouldn't. I mean, no one should really have an identity crisis. Ideally, in an ideal world, because for me personally, I think it's just when people look at comparing themselves to others, firstly, and looking too much out there for the answers, is what can lead to certain identity crisis or inferiority complexes or like whatever insecurities and things like that. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I would highly recommend for people just to look within themselves, think about what are their core values and strengths, and just run with it. I mean, if you need to meditate to do that, go with it or whatever. Like, just do something that is for you. Basically, love yourself.
Well, that's a nice ending, I would say. So how about we already wrapped it up, I guess. So
yeah, I think it's wrapped, done and dusted, like a Kentucky wrap or something. But
those American influence in here, right?
Yeah, but it's chicken, so it's more African influence, you know. We love our chicken.
Okay. Yeah, chicken. I got that.
Well, it's American chicken, but chicken.
Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you have MFC in here, which is Macedonian fried chicken.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, thanks very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.